Eric Edholm has picked out a player in the crosshairs for all 32 NFL teams. Now, these are players who are going to be heavily scrutinized heading into the 2012 season. We're in the NFC North now, and with the Green Bay Packers, they've been looking for somebody to put on the opposite end of Clay Matthews at outside linebacker. They think they found their guy in the first round of this year's draft.
Super athletic player from USC and Nick Perry. He comes with questions about just how good a football player is. Is he more athlete than performer out there? And yet Perry's been out there with the ones in the mini camp. He could be a starter that could mix and match their personnel. And they're just trying to, cover up some of those problems they had in the secondary, and like you said, giving another pass rush solution to what they have in Matthews. But Perry will come with a lot of scrutiny on a defense that took a big step back last season.
We did a video series here at Pro Football Weekly at the beginning of the offseason that was the most overrated players in the NFL. And the Lions player in the crosshairs won that battle. That's Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, I don't know if he's overrated, but the hype is certainly high for a player who had 10 sacks as a rookie. His name means House of Spears. He's going to get a lot of attention, obviously, as the #2 pick in the draft 2 years ago. But last season, the production just wasn't there. I thought he played okay at times, but he let his emotions get the best of him. And that's kind of a recurring theme with him. Does he need to play with this edge? If so, how does it affect his team, penalties, that sort of thing? Crucial season for him coming in this year, especially with the Lions defense that was pretty bad against the run and the pass last season. They've obviously got to crank it up with a lot of talent around.
In Chicago, it seems like ever since they got Jay Cutler, they've been waiting to find a receiver who would make him happy. Finally, they reunite him with Brandon Marshall, and that's why Marshall is the one in the crosshairs this year.
And Cutler's very happy of it. I think that's one half of the equation, is that they want to make Cutler happy and they want to get that playmaker that they lacked. I think they have just okay receivers, not much depth. They went out in the draft and got Alshon Jeffrey, but Marshall's a different kind of animal. If he stays on the straight and narrow, he can be that difference maker in this passing game. But that's the other part of the coin right there, is that Marshall hasn't always stayed focused. He hasn't always been on the team's plan. He was jettisoned out of Denver. Same thing with Miami, and it raised the question, why would you let such a talented wide receiver go? Well, if Cutler can keep him in line, if he can stay out of trouble and avoid any kind of meetings with Roger Goodell, Marshall could be a big pickup. Until proven otherwise, though, he's going to be in the crosshairs.
We saw great things out of Christian Ponder when we first saw him replace Donovan McNabb in Minnesota last year, but towards the end of the year, we started to see some rookie mistakes. Is he going to pick it up in 2012 or not? That's why he's in the crosshairs.
Yeah, definitely regressed throughout his 10 starts. Was booed at one point against the Saints. Really had some really awful outings. Seemed to be a little skittish in the pocket. And he's got questions about concussions and injuries dating back to Florida State. So I think Ponder, more than Adrian Peterson, who's coming back from injury, is the guy in the crosshairs. He's got a rookie left tackle, not a ton of weapons around him, and Percy Harvin's in his final year. So all this adds up to Ponder needing to answer a lot of questions in year 2, coming off a 3-13 season.
Eric Edholm has a player in the crosshairs for all 32 NFL teams. To see it, just go to ProFootballWeekly.com.